Hey guys, welcome to the recap trailer breakdown edition powered by Cinelinx.com. This is actually the Avengers second trailer that we're going to be breaking down today. And we also have Jordan.
Hey guys.
And then we also have Eric from the Father Gamer Podcast.
Hey, what's up, guys? Can't wait to break it down.
This premiered just recently, and man, there's so many nuggets of information in this trailer for us to break down.
Yeah, this trailer was filled with a whole bunch of exciting things, and even though I don't think it was as good as the first Age of Ultron trailer, it was like definitely 10 times better than the Ant-Man trailer.
I don't know if we're going to be able to fill 45 minutes of that, though.
It's still creepy like Spader, though. I mean, so that's still off.
Yeah, Spader is the absolute perfect Ultron. I mean, he's just a great villain. I think he's going to really make this movie.
Well, yeah. What's really cool about this trailer as well is you get a lot more, detail into it. So a lot of things we were trying to figure out in the last trailer, you kind of get a little bit more clarity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I say, why don't we get started?
Yeah, let's go for it.
All right, so you see, a bunch of refugees leaving, and man, look at that ship.
Yeah, that looks like a nice rescue vehicle. I mean, that looks like what its sole purpose is to pick up people. Well, here's the thing. Couple things, because one, we don't know exactly when or where this is taking place.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know if this is towards the end, one of the final battles, or the very beginning. I mean, from what we've seen from this trailer and the last trailer, and from what we've heard, I mean, the Avengers have been, it looks like at this time, have been together for a little bit. I mean, S.H.I.E.L.D.'s gone, all their uniforms have their Avengers logo instead of S.H.I.E.L.D. now, and it looks like they've been working as a team doing various things. So, I mean, maybe this is just a routine thing for them to go and rescue people now. Maybe that's why they designed that.
It could be, but man, you look at that city, that is a screwed up city. That's one that's been like war torn. So, I mean, if we go back to the last trailer, I mean, you might be right. This could be the beginning because this kind of does seem like that sort of scene at the beginning of the last trailer where Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch are in the middle of that riot.
Yeah, it really does. It makes me wonder if it's at the beginning.
But, yeah, I mean, it also begs the question of how long have the Avengers been together so far? I mean, to build a vehicle like that.
Yeah. I mean, obviously the Avengers Tower is, basically rebuilt and fully operational. I'm willing to bet they've been together for a little while now. I mean, it's not going to be 2 weeks after, Winter Soldier or something.
I would hope not.
Yeah.
I definitely would hope not.
Here we go. Here's what's curious to me, because this doesn't look like a normal Tony Stark lab that he's entering.
No, it looks like underground.
Yeah. I don't know, and it looks like, based on that last shot of him, it looks like he's concerned when he goes in there.
Yeah, what is Tony diving into? And then you see this Iron Man suit that's turning itself back on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So did that mean that maybe a project went wrong and they had to destroy it, but now it's re-entering itself or just turning itself back on?
Well, also, if you look at the hole when he first goes in, that looks like a hole someone made. Like, maybe something got into his lab and he's wondering what the hell that hole's doing.
Right.
Like maybe someone busted their way in there.
Yeah, that hole almost looked like a sewage drainage pipe kind of thing as well.
Yeah, something's up with that. I mean, it doesn't look like a, hey, this is my secret lab type thing. This looks like a, holy crap, what is this type of, type of entrance.
And Thor does say something later on in the trailer, we'll get to that really makes me kind of have a different theory about how Ultron came to be. But we'll go ahead and get to that a little later.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so creepy.
All right here. This is one of my favorite moments in this trailer. For one, because this is the first time in footage that we've actually heard someone say Ultron's name.
That's right. Bruce Banner says Ultron.
Yeah, so we've seen reports now that have come out and basically in interviews and stuff where Bruce Banner and Tony Stark are the creators of Ultron. I heard one report that they found his artificial intelligence among the ruins of the Chitauri and stuff like that when they were cleaning up New York from the first movie. And they were studying him or something, but also there's reports that, him and Banner created Ultron as this artificial intelligence to defend the world so that the Avengers wouldn't have to, which is kind of alluded to in this trailer because that's what they talk about. They wanted to create something stronger than any of them to protect the world. It's just kind of neat to hear someone say, "Hey, it's Ultron."
Just notice something when he comes out of the darkness, the Ultron standing character. He has a Avengers logo on his chest.
Yeah, well,
yeah.
It's probably a drone. I think.
Well, that was something we noticed in the first trailer too. Yeah, he had the Avengers one, which made us believe that Tony had built several of these little mechs.
Yeah, these drones, and Ultron, his intelligence just took over the drone body.
That report that you were saying though about the Chitauri, I never read that report, but again, that's something that Thor talks about that would make so much sense.
Yeah.
Later on where he says that you are dealing with forces you've never seen or you don't understand.
We're already dealing with that on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. From the same technology, so.
That's true. The other thing that I love about this moment is when Ultron responds and says, "in the flesh."
Yeah.
It's just cool.
God, it's so creepy.
It's so creepy. And when the more I've watched this trailer, I realize there's really not a lot of dialogue in this trailer.
No.
And only a couple lines from Ultron himself. But God, they're so good.
In the flesh.
In the flesh. I mean,
I can't even do a James Spader voice because he does it so well.
Oh yeah. Anyway, I love this scene. Obviously,
it's the best scene. I mean, even in the last trailer, it was so awesome.
Here we go. Oh, there he is.
Oh, that's a good scene right there with Banner.
He's getting angry.
Yeah, it is. Yep. I mean, you see the green in his eyes.
Yeah, and what's interesting is you don't know why. You don't know where it is. You just know shit's about to go down.
That's so true. Well, and then, this next scene, you see Fury. And, I wasn't sure that Fury was actually going to be in this movie since he's in hiding, but I guess since it's an Avengers movie, it makes sense.
Yeah, he basically said all he had was a glorified cameo. So I'm kind of surprised to see him in the trailer. Since the scene we see now may be the only one he's in. Yeah. But, it's Samuel L. Jackson. Everybody wants to see him, so.
It's true. And this is probably a moment where Samuel L. Jackson's just coming in, or Nick Fury's coming in and just being like, "What the hell did you guys do?"
Yep.
Creating Ultron.
Someone fucked up.
Yep. Someone had to fuck up for Nick Fury to show up. Because, look at that background, too. He's not in Avengers Tower.
Yeah, he's supposed to be in Captain America, right? 3?
I would be surprised if he wasn't.
Yeah, I'd be very surprised with it being Civil War.
Yeah.
This, the moment I saw this in real time, I thought, oh my gosh, who is that? And then I got to thinking, could this be a Wakandan?
Yeah.
Struggles.
This was like you said, when I first watched it, I was like, who the hell is that?
Yeah.
This trailer, there's more coming up, but this trailer was filled with secrets. This is probably the biggest one. We don't know who she is. There's all kinds of theories, but I think you're onto something with the Wakandans. Yeah. Especially because, we talked about how Ultron upgrades himself, and supposedly he goes to a vibranium, the thing Captain America's shield is made out of. Yeah, he goes to a mine in order to, mine a bunch of vibranium and upgrade himself and build other drones and stuff. And who mines vibranium?
Wakandans. So, yeah, they'd have to sort of foreshadow a lot of Black Panther since Black Panther's going to be in Captain America 3. Yeah. So this would be the perfect time for them to do it.
Yeah, and this looks like, she looks like Oh gosh, I don't know how to pronounce it. Those special warriors they have.
Oh yeah, I don't know how to say that either, but I know exactly what you're talking about.
I mean, that's what it looks like to me. I mean, it could be anybody, It could be nobody, but it seems like it's important enough to show in the trailer. And I mean, this could be. I mean, look at the background. I mean, it looks like this could be a mine. I mean,
yeah.
She's in the middle of a mine stripping down for some reason.
And she has a tattoo on her back, I think, as well. So
I'm not going to complain with anything that you just said, Jordan.
All I know is I don't mind.
There you go. Thank you for that special one-liner. All right, we got War Machine in the background.
Hey, I didn't even notice that. I must have been focused on Tony and the old broken. I mean, that's obviously the Ultron we saw at the start.
Mm-hmm.
And
well, yeah,
they must have beat him, and he's moved on to a different body. So I guess they're holding on to it to analyze it and see if they can learn something. I guess.
Yeah, I mean, this is definitely an Avengers Tower or some sort of subset of it. But I mean, is that Maria in the back and then Black Widow behind Tony?
Man, you have some amazing eyes. I don't think that's Maria. I think that's the new Asian lady.
Okay.
That was also in the tower. But yeah, there's definitely War Machine in the back, which I'm so excited he's in this movie.
Me too. Yeah, and that's where Thor is saying it.
Yeah, let's go ahead and roll.
We're dealing with forces we don't understand.
Yeah, he's obviously having a heart-to-heart here. I mean, I'm assuming that scene takes place when, because they have the husk of the old Ultron there.
Yeah.
Tony looks like ass, and everybody's there. So I'm assuming this is right after they defeat this version of Ultron, and they're having a powwow about it.
And man, if this is what you're saying, or what potentially could be in that report about how it's, Chitaran software that he did, man, that would be so cool. I don't know, like that would make so much sense for something evil to come out of the Chitarans.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay.
Speaking of evil, we got this next scene right here with Scarlet Witch.
Oh yeah. I mean, this is the same shot we saw before, but it's still really freaking cool to see her using her powers. Boom!
There you go.
I'm not so sure that that's her, actually.
I think that might be Ultron. They might just be messing with us with the trailer.
I think it's just editing.
And plus, I mean, you look, it's in a darker and a different kind of sort of area.
Yeah, it's inside, and she was outdoors.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Alright, moving on. This is crazy.
This is going to be neat.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, this is a young Natasha Romanoff.
You can tell because of the bangs.
Yeah. Yeah, and what happens next, I mean, Joss Whedon had said that she has a bigger role in this movie and that we get to see a little more of her backstory. We know that at some point, Scarlet Witch uses her powers on the Avengers, and it makes them all see different things. Maybe this is what Natasha sees.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely, yeah.
I mean, if Scarlet Witch is showing stuff, from their past, like we know there's another Captain America flashback and stuff like that, then this would make sense for her to have a flashback to how she became the Black Widow.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Because obviously she does not want to be here. We'll see. She gets slammed down onto this table here. And anyway, I think I have a strong feeling that's what this is.
Definitely a lot darker images in this movie.
And it's really cool that we finally get some sort of backstory on her because, we didn't. The last thing we heard was her talking about Budapest.
Yeah.
That's about it. And then...
Ultron drones.
More Ultron drones.
Yep. There's
that's a
shitload of them. I want to say there's more... There's more there than there were in the first trailer. Of course, they've had a little more time for the effects, but then we get to see Iron Man be an awesome Iron Man.
Man, where is that at? Like, it's obviously in a cold environment, and I think we've seen, kind of that prison sort of hilltop environment from the last trailer.
Yeah.
But man, where is that at?
I don't know, but we have seen that a lot, and I want to say that shot of Hawkeye at the beginning of this trailer He's
it was in the cold.
He's in the forest and snow and all that stuff too. So I'm guessing this is all the same place. They're invading this compound.
Yeah, and the first trailer too, you had Bruce Banner just, I guess, after being the Hulk, kind of crawling around in that snowy forest too.
Oh, that's right. He was in the forest.
Well, we can assess it's not Wakanda. I can tell you that.
That is not Wakanda. You are completely right. Well, I remember that whenever they were filming and really developing this movie, they said that they wanted to make this a worldwide movie. And they're definitely doing that.
Yeah, they're doing some globetrotting here, which is another reason. I mean, they even mentioned that in the official synopsis that they're on a global adventure, which is another reason why I think they've been together for a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. And now we're back in what looks like Johannesburg.
I feel so sorry for those guys standing there. They just got kicked over by the Hulk. I mean, really, if you're a police officer, like me, say I'm there and I get a call out that says, "Hey, we've got to deal with the Hulk in the streets." I'm gonna tell you to go pound sand because
here's my badge.
I didn't want to at least be like at a very, very far away, safe distance.
What do you think you're going to do? I mean, seriously, you're not.
Give him a ticket.
Golly, and just how fast that motion is of like him just coming over and kicking over that truck. Oh my gosh.
Painful.
Or Natasha coming up after that. These are where we're getting to the quick cuts.
Look at those big guns.
There are guns in this shot?
Sorry. But you can notice in the background though, that is that snowy, cold compound.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm guessing some big action happens there.
Maybe it's many Ultrons that they're fighting over there. Who knows?
Well, that's possible. Hey, look at that! Another person that's probably from Wakanda.
Yep. I can see that.
I mean, everybody, when they saw him in the first trailer, the first assumption was he looks a lot like Ulysses Claw.
Yep.
From the comics.
Yeah, he does.
Is a classic Black Panther villain. And if you look at his necklace, what does he have on his necklace? A freaking claw on his necklace.
Yeah.
Pretty sure that's him.
I didn't even notice that.
I mean, that's about as blatant as I think they're going to get at this point with it. Which would make sense if Ultron needs to mine vibranium, he's going to go to Claw, and then we're going to have stuff there in Wakanda. So
we definitely have to see. They have to create that connective tissue though, because there is a Black Panther movie coming. So
yeah, and that's the thing. They focus on this a lot in the trailers, and they're showing us the stuff in the trailers. But I mean, it could account for maybe 10 minutes in the movie.
Yeah.
It's
just laying down the groundwork.
Yeah, they're just, and they do a lot of that in all their movies. They have these little moments that just kind of, here's this, here's that, and it's a setup for more. I mean, they're showing it more in the trailer, so it seems like it might have more of a screen time than it seems, but I'm guessing it's not a whole lot of time. They have so much ground to cover.
I think they're mostly going to establish it, so that way they have at least a base for Captain America 3.
Right.
Anyway.
All right. So the next scene, we've got one of the jets, I guess, flying over Johannesburg, or what looks like could be Johannesburg.
Oh, man. That's one of my other favorite parts in the trailer here. This moment of Captain America going hand to hand with one of the Ultron drones.
Yeah.
That's just awesome because he's obviously outmatched.
But he's so strong.
But he's still going at it. He's still trying.
Yeah. And it's kind of what we want. We want them to be at their full potential fighting something and seeing that on screen. I think that's all.
Man, he's getting his butt handed.
He really is.
He is.
Well, it's kind of funny too. I'm wondering in this trailer, why does he have to wear a mask? It's not like Ultron doesn't know who he is.
It's so the fanboys don't bitch.
I guess so.
Pretty much.
Well, they're gonna bitch anyway, but whatever.
And now it's like Hulk just got back from his senses and realized, pretty lady.
Yes.
Hulk touch hand.
Yep.
I'm gonna tear you apart.
Yeah, there's that.
Oh, yes.
This is one of the oh man, another great James Spader moment.
Yes.
This is cool.
I'm going to rip you apart from the inside.
Yeah. And see what I'm talking about? That earlier shot of Iron Man being blown away, it looks like the same power that Ultron's using here.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And then we
got
have
Thor becoming electrified.
Somehow.
Yeah. You know, he doesn't even have Mjolnir in his hand.
No.
No, he doesn't.
Wait,
unless it's in his left, but I don't see it.
If you notice, but there's a lady behind him doing something. I mean, this place he's in looks odd too. I mean, this is a temple of some kind. So where the hell is he? He doesn't have his hammer. He's being electrocuted. I mean, do we even know if he's on Earth at this point, or?
Oh, that's a good question. I didn't even think about that. Oh, and then of course Thor getting pissed off at Tony.
I'm guessing, I mean, we saw this in the last trailer, but, you know, we saw Thor talking earlier about how he's messing with stuff he doesn't understand.
Mm-hmm.
This looks like the same setting. I'm guessing this is the same scene.
Yeah, or maybe it's before. Maybe this is the altercation after the fight that they have. And then afterward he's like, you are messing with forces you don't understand.
It looks a lot like the tower.
It definitely does.
Yeah, you can see a skyline.
Well, because it looks like it's, I guess, right after their little soiree, you know, where they're trying to pick up the hammer.
Yes.
Flip.
There we go. Hulkbuster. Which we saw in the last trailer, but it's still so badass to see.
Yeah, it is.
And this shows a lot more action with it.
Oh my god. I'm sorry, I love that scene of him getting the shit knocked out of him by Hulk.
And boom! He just comes out of nowhere. What is he even holding?
It looks like a lamppost.
Puny billionaire.
All I know that it's a great shot.
It is a great shot.
And I can't wait to see this whole fight.
Oh boy.
Now, this was something that Eric, you brought up about his eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah, in certain angles you can definitely see like a red haze.
And we kind of noticed that in the last trailer too, but we weren't sure. But you can definitely see it here. There's another shot further on in the trailer that you can really see it clearly.
Yeah, it's right around the eyes.
This whole fight scene just looks awesome. I mean, we've seen snippets of it here and there.
I think it's going to be pretty epic.
Oh yeah, and I mean, just seeing him pick up the Hulk, throw him into the ground, drag him along. I mean, this is grade A comic book action. I mean, this is the comic book action that you want to come from the page to the screen.
And you never see the Hulk getting beat down like he is with the Hulkbuster. And it seems like they are such evenly matched.
Which is the whole idea. I mean, the whole idea of the Hulkbuster in the comics was a way for them to fight back when the Hulk got out of control.
Yeah.
Right.
Which is so cool to see on the screen, because we saw him go toe-to-toe with Thor in the last movie.
Mm-hmm.
And that was awesome. So it's neat to get to see, you know, Tony Stark go up against him now. Since they're friends. I mean, they're like close friends.
Yeah.
So,
absolutely.
Anyway, let's talk about these red eyes now.
Yeah. They're all bloodshot and everything.
And they are, like you said, they're red around the eye too, not just on the eye. There's a haze of red around there. And I think, you know, we noticed it in the first trailer. I mean, he is like he's out of control. He's
right.
I mean, obviously the Hulk is always out of control, but, you know, we saw in Avengers that he has some measure of control over him now.
During this trailer, you've seen multiple times where it seems like he doesn't really have that much control over him right now.
Yeah, something's going on with him, and I'm theorizing, because when they use their powers, who else's eyes turn red?
Scarlet Witch, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's to say she's not the one that's causing him to go nuts? I mean, we know that Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver start off as bad guys. They're on Team Ultron.
Right.
Maybe she's the reason Hulk is going nuts.
Yeah.
I gotta admit, if she's fixating on all their fears, making them fixate on all their fears, I'm really curious to see what the Hulks would be, or Banners.
Edward Norton.
Oh, no.
It'd be Eric Bana.
Eric Ang Lee would be there.
Gamma puppies.
Oh God! Don't
Hulk
ruin this trailer breakdown with gamma puppies.
Hulk dogs.
Oh God!
All over the place. Anyway.
Well, I mean, that's a really good point, and maybe with all of Tony and Bruce hanging out, maybe Bruce is a little afraid of the Hulkbuster armor, and the Hulk is maybe afraid of it subconsciously, and being maybe pinned down or being put in a cage. So maybe that's his worst fear.
That's possible. We don't know. Something's caused him to lose more control than normal.
Avengers.
We get one final shot here of Ultron looking like a badass.
Absolutely looking like a badass. Look at that.
You don't even need a full second to know that this dude's a badass.
To say anything.
Nope.
Because he's the puppet master in this entire movie.
Yep. He's the baddest man right there.
And I think that's important too, the whole puppet master with the Pinocchio undertones, again, with him talking about puppets. He wants to be the one controlling their strings.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. And there's a lot of illusions about that. And the first trailer was all about there's no strings on me. Mm-hmm. And, even in this trailer, he says something, says to Stark, or whoever he's talking to, we always create the things
we fear the most.
And it's like...
the one thing we have not seen anything of is Vision.
That's true.
Yeah, a lot of people thought he was, I thought he was going to pop up in this second trailer.
I'm happy he didn't. Because I want that to be, I guess, a surprise. As much as we know about it, I want it to still be a surprise in the theaters.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. I mean, we're now, less than 4 months away from this movie. Yeah. And in Marvel time, this is when they start kicking up marketing big time. So we're going to see another trailer and TV spots and all that stuff. I have a feeling we're going to see Vision before then. But I'm kind of glad that they're holding back. You know what else they're holding back? Is from what I've heard, is we've seen nothing. There's been nothing shown in any of this footage anywhere close to the final battle.
Oh, yeah.
We have no idea. I mean,
this is the first time we've seen a battle between Ultron and somebody.
Yeah, I mean, they've been hyping up and using a lot of the Hulkbuster footage because it's awesome. And they're using that to distract us from the fact that we don't know what the final battle is going to look like. I mean, Avengers 1, we saw, not tons, but we saw footage of that final battle,
right.
In the trailers and TV spots. And we've got 2 trailers now, or 3 if you count the extended one, where we don't know how the end game plays out.
Yeah.
Which is kind of neat. I think that's kind of neat that they're able to tease us with so many other cool things and still keep the final stuff downplayed, which means it's going to be all kinds of crazy.
That's a really, really good point. I didn't even think about that because, again, me as well, I'm stuck in all the awesome other things that we're seeing, and you really do forget that you're not seeing the actual end fight, and I love that.
Oh, I mean, it's great. It's great strategy. It's a great way to cut the trailer together, but still leave surprises for the movie theater, like you said.
There's a lot of mystery still left.
So, what did you guys think overall of the trailer?
I mean, I liked this trailer. I made comments online that I don't think I enjoyed this trailer as much as I did the first one. But I mean, that's basically like saying, my first car was a Lamborghini, but I'll take this Aston Martin
right
instead. I mean, because it's still a great trailer. It's just when you're talking about the first one that was damn near perfect, it's hard to top that. But I still loved it.
Well, and to piggyback off of what you're saying, I mean, I like this trailer a lot, and I think what we're missing is that overall impact that we had from that first one. Because there's a lot of the same thing that we're seeing in this trailer, so it's kind of like old news, but at the same time, you're still getting new scenes from old scenes, Yeah. So you're not getting anything new, but it's still really good. It's still really cool. And I kind of feel like that's how we're going to be whenever a new Star Wars trailer comes out, you know? Is that we're going to be like, well, it was good, but, you know, the first one was better because we had that overall impact. But this one, I like it. I'm excited for it. There's still a lot of hype. I mean, it's not like Ant-Man where it's like, you know, it's okay. This one is still really good, and I'm really, really pumped for 4 months from now, or less than 4 months from now.
Yeah.
Well, we'll definitely be covering the heck out of it on all of our shows and on Cinelinx, and I'm excited.
All right, so we'll just leave you out on that note. Eric, where can we find you at, bud?
At Cinelinx.com, look for Father Gamer. Also at Father Gamer on Twitter, as well as Father Gamer Productions on Twitter, and Father Gamer Productions on Facebook.
All right, and Jordan, where can we find you? I mean, you're so unknown.
You can always find me on Cinelinx.com along with everybody else in our whole crew. If you're looking for me personally, you can always find me at Jordan Mason on Twitter.
All right, and I'm Matt, and you can find me on SCNS Live every Thursday night at 8 p.m., and you can see it exclusively on Cinelinx.com, as well as any sort of articles, movies, video game reviews that I do. You can also find our awesome recorder, or I guess you could call him producer, Jason, at the same place on SCNS Live every Thursday night at 8 on youtube.com/theUntitledSCNS. And, more importantly, Cinelinx.com. So this has been the recap, trailer breakdown of Avengers 2 Age of Ultron trailer number 2. Thanks for joining us, guys. Check us out next time.
Thank you.